Hello, I'm a science commentator for the Children's Science Museum at the Busan National Science Museum. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an exhibit called How Long Can You Stay in the Air?, which is in the Between the Worlds exhibition hall in the Children's Science Museum. This is an exhibit where you do a sergeant jump to measure the time you stay in the air. A sergeant jump isn't just about measuring how high you jump. It's about measuring how long you stayed in the air after jumping and the distance you jumped high with your arms outstretched.
Mr. Commentator, how can I get better at jumping?
How good are your jumping skills? I have a friend who is good at jumping, so I called him up here. Would you like to show us how good you are at jumping? Get ready, take your position, and jump. Wow, impressive! How can we get better at jumping, just like this friend who showed off his amazing jumping skills? The role of the calf and thigh muscles is important for a good jump. Muscles are made up of rubber band-like fibers that come together to create elasticity. How do elastic muscles affect jumping? First, let's talk about elasticity and elastic force. If you pull this rubber band with force, it stretches. If you release the band that you pulled with force, it goes back to its original shape. The property of changing shape when force is applied to an object and then going back to its original shape when the force is removed is called elasticity. At this time, the force caused by the deformation of the object by elasticity is called elastic force. Let's take a look at the elasticity of a ball. If you drop the ball from above, it will be distorted as soon as it hits the ground, and then bounce off the ground due to its elastic force that is trying to go back to its original shape. Now, let's take a closer look at the legs of the animals in the picture. You see that the muscles in their hind legs are more developed than in their front legs. They can use the elasticity of their hind legs to shrink and stretch vigorously and push off the ground, so that they can jump well. If we bend and straighten our knees just before we jump, the front thigh and calf muscles are stretched and shortened in an instant, which means that we can jump using this elastic force. If we want to be good at jumping, we need to exercise hard and build strong leg muscles, don't we? Okay, it's time for a fun science experiment. Let's make a jumping frog that uses elasticity. What do we do to make our jumping frog jump well? If you bounce or throw the bouncy ball upward, the bouncy ball will only bounce, and the frog won't jump. Spread your fingers holding the ball so that the ball falls down. One more thing, when you drop your jumping frog, you should stretch out your arms so that it falls away from you. Be sure to follow these 2 precautions for a safe activity. Jump like a frog. Have fun with science.